Hello and welcome to this week's episode of My CP Does Not Define Me, where we focus less on the dis and more on the ability of what we can do. Join us every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, live on www.letgoradio.net and on Facebook Live, where I always say, if you can't be good, be bad, but be good at it.
What's up, everybody? It is D to the J with the roll away, and it's Wednesday, December 30th. December 30th. Why does that date ring a bell? I can't put my finger on it. I'm not sure why. Well, look, I've got a guess that might just know what the heck is going on. Let me get her into my stream here real quick. I'm a bring in Miss Winnie Wilson, the founder and CEO of Kelly's Choice. Now I can't remember. I know it's Wednesday, December 30th. For some reason that day just is sticking in my mind. I can't remember why. Help me out, Miss.
Wait a minute, hold on. Is it Wednesday, December the 30th, like the 30/30th?
The 3-0, the 3-0.
The big 3-0.
I'm a little more than that, but that's
okay, wait a minute, 38.
39.
So we give you 9 more letters, 9 more numbers to put to the 3. So we're going to say the big 39, okay?
And that's the scary part.
You said that's the scary part. Why is it scary?
I don't know. I for me, 39 just I've been struggling with 39 all year because I knew it was coming. And then today I get a message from my mom's friend. She said, "You're gonna be 40 next year." I said, "Can I get through 39 first?"
Yeah. That's what I say. Let me get through 39 first. Yeah, that's what I agree with you on that one. Mm-hmm. So and it's a wonderful day too. And it's a lot happening in your 39 years.
Woo, you ain't got to tell me. Great.
39 years, which is awesome. Which is awesome. I tell you one thing that's magnificent about your 39 years is I got to meet you.
Yes.
I got to meet you. And I'm so glad I did. Like, it was not by mistake whatsoever at all. So I'm pulling up your page, as a matter of fact, while we're sitting here talking, because I want to follow along on your page. Mm-hmm. But I'm
now y'all know Miss Winnie does her research, y'all. Come on now.
I'm turning down the volume. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm turning down the volume. Okay.
Little technical. That's all right. We gotta get there.
Y'all gotta get there, okay? I just want to follow along because I'm normally in the background following along with DJ. Mm-hmm. But y'all know what? See, y'all don't be on my page, right? When I have my radio show. So because I cannot sing, but I like to make a joyful noise. Mm-hmm. So this is what I'm going to do this morning, this afternoon, is just sing a little Stevie Wonder song.
Oh God!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. DJ.
Now look, now y'all know that was good. We live on Let Go Radio. We live on Facebook. That was heard all around the world.
All around with my joyful noise. One day maybe I'll learn how to sing, but for right now, that's what y'all get.
Miss Winnie said, "I can't sing worth a lick, but I can make a joyful noise, though."
Hey, it is what it is. That's what I got.
Sometimes that's what you got to do. I just, I was looking at the funny part about all this is I took a minute last night to try to go back, because a lot of times people will look at their life and say, where has the time gone? and I think that, hey, Nikki, how you doing? I think that is, a common thing, but you can't go back. You cannot, as hard as you try. I kept saying 39. Where did 29 go? Last time I can remember, when I was in college at 21, and worrying about midterms and college papers and reports and all that. And I look now and I'm like, 39. Wait a minute. Can we go back just a little bit? Because you just went through the birthday thing as well too at 55, and I know you enjoyed the heck out of yourself.
Ooh, did I have a good time, man? It was freedom. Like, it was the most wonderful thing I ever could have experienced. I thank my family for that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Janelle. Hi, Nikki. Yes, it was so wonderful, DJ. So, but you know what? That's all right. 39 is good. You're gonna have a good time as well. That's it.
Yeah, I can't do good on the odds. The odd numbers, they always get me, Miss Winnie. I don't know. So I brought Miss Winnie up here because we were talking, and honestly, again, this show gonna be real. I'm gonna be very real with you guys. I'm always real with my audience. For some reason, 39 was a struggle for me because I don't often lose myself in where I'm at. And I was talking to Miss Winnie trying to figure out what 39 was for me, because all of my years have been great. There have been struggles, but all of my years have been great. And I'm thankful for, all of my birthday wishes everywhere. I did one thing that I don't usually do. Last night, I looked at all my memories. And all my memories on the 30th, as the 30th hit, I saw memories from 2 years ago, from 3 years ago, from 5 years ago, from 9 years ago, and from 10 years ago. That's how many memories was on my Facebook page. And I looked. And you know how people say when you age, you don't change, your face don't change? That's a lie. It does. It does. Because I looked at my 29-year-old face and I look at my 39-year-old, it changed. Thank you, Nikki. I love you for that. Thank you, sweetheart.
Oh, gosh. Boy, you crazy.
I just.
Hey, sweetheart, how you doing?
I tell you, Nikki love Mama Wilson, boy.
I love Nikki too.
Miss Wilson got so many internet kids, she can open an adoption agency.
All my cyber children. with their own mother.
Let me ask you, did you ever knowing that you were going to turn 55? Did you ever have that oh my God moment? Did you ever have that this is actually happening? Because that hit me so hard yesterday. I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh my God, I'm about to be 39. And it was like, I wasn't scared of it, but it was like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah.
I feel like it came up quicker than it was supposed to. Where did 38 go? Can I still stay at 38 just a little bit longer?
Right. It did, DJ. I was like, wait a minute. Did I just say 55? I remember that moment. I said, oh my gosh, I'll be 55 this year. And then did I just say 55? I will be 55 this year. I couldn't believe that I was literally turning 55. 55 years I've been here. Like 55. Sorry, I can't believe it, DJ. Like, yes, it hit me. And, when I was younger, as a kid, I used to look at 55 as being old. 55 is not old. 50 is not old. I remember when I turned 50, I thought I was grown, and I chopped all my hair off to like this, like chopped it all off, big grown, And, my oldest granddaughter, she's now 21, so she was younger then. And she's like, all of them, they're like, Mom, you be 50? Hey, you're not old. And I was like, well, thank you. So does that mean 55? I'm not old either. They didn't think I was old at 55. So thank you, Lord.
See, and I looked at that too, and I said, okay, you're 39 right now. My mom, I look at 65, and to me, 65 is not old because I don't see age as old at all. I don't see 70. I don't see 80 as old because, like I said last night, you got to live in the moment that you're in. Oh, I knew that was
I'm trying to cheat, DJ. I was cheating, okay?
That's all right. We'll let it go. Go ahead.
I just did one of Janelle numbers. No harm, Janelle, but I just did one of your numbers.
Lord Jesus, no, you didn't.
I love you, though. You know I love you.
But the one thing that I do like, there are so many people that I've come to know, and I love birthday messages. When I get birthday messages on my Facebook wall, it makes me feel good to know that people care enough to write something, not just happy birthday. I mean, those are good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking those at all. But the messages that come across about the impact that I've made, that's kind of that's where I want to go. That's what I want to live with. Because by the time I'm older, whether it's 40, whether it's 45, we're not guaranteed that time. And I think that's what scares me so much is, with COVID, people are dying left and right. You got, all this stuff that's going on, all these battles that people are facing. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. So you've got to live every day like it's your last.
Right.
And I think that's the scariest thing for me. I don't want tomorrow or today to be my last. Hey, Bibiana, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. I can't imagine that because I look at 39 and I'm like, I'm still in the young part. Let me get up there a little bit. But it's a struggle for me. I don't know. I'm scared to death of 40. I don't even want to. Like, I just got to 39.
It's just another number. It's just 1 year older. That's all. You'll probably still look the same.
I hope so. A little less, actually. I'm trying to work it out. So let me ask you this. When did you come to grips with 55? When was it okay? When was the realization of, wow, this is great? When did it hit you as not, oh my God, I'm about to turn 55, but as I'm going to make this year great?
When I said it, and I thought about it, and I looked at everything I was doing. I looked at my grandchildren, my children. I just looked at everything, all of my surrounding. I said, you know what? It's 55. Mm-hmm. It's another year, but it's 55. And I kept saying, but it is 55. Mm-hmm. And I thought about it, and I said, I want this to be a great year. I want this to be a great birthday. And all of September, I'm going to show off. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to just make it the best of Edwina. And that's what I did. I was taking pictures. I was posting. I was doing things. I was skating, finding places I could go skate. Just doing everything Edwina. Right. And I just made a decision to, if this is it, God saw something in me to keep me in spite of everything else. Mm-hmm. Make the best of it. Just enjoy it and keep going. And then you'll see 56 and 57 and on and on and on. So I'm loving 55.
But see, not only did you do what you wanted to do as far as skating and be happy, and you changed your eating habits, you changed your mental mentality, you made so many changes at 55. I went, goodness gracious, she just going all out. And not only changed it, but stuck with it. And that's incredibly hard to do. And I commend you for that, because I saw I mean, you went totally vegan. I'm like, I can't. No, I gotta have meat. Don't do that to me. Like, I'm having trouble cutting out soda, and let alone goat.
Right?
But I've looked up to you for a long time. We've been friends for a long time, and I've learned so much from you over these past, going into our 4th year now. And it's amazing to me. I was sitting there talking to you, and I'm like, Miss Winnie, I don't know what to do. I don't know what 39. I can't grip it. I'm like, I was fighting with it. Like, you gonna stay on your end of you're not coming till I'm ready for you to hit. 39 said, guess what? I'm here. What you gonna do now? And it's like, I don't know. I mean, I feel okay, but I look at all I've accomplished up to this point, and I want to continue to do more. That's a lovely comment, Nikki. Thank you so much. You both have impacted me to no end. Can't wait to stop by your show next year. I'm excited. We're gonna have you on, Nikki. It's gonna be a great one. I want to do more and impact more people. I feel like I haven't done enough. I feel like there's so much more in me, but that's partly because you've shown me not to just do one thing. So now I'm antsy to explode, but not go so far to where I'm too thin, because that can happen. And a lot of people will try to do too much and not focus on what they have around them.
Right. Yeah, you've grown though, DJ. So I'm gonna have to tell you this though.
Uh-oh.
DJ, don't you let nobody stop your shine. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we might as well hit it, because I mean, and I'll be honest, sometimes I'm impacted by what people say, and it's, I shouldn't be in the same sense unless it's positive. I shouldn't, but I don't know. Words are powerful. We've mentioned
words are powerful. At the same time, you can learn how to ignore those words, because some people just don't know what to say out their mouths. They don't know the time and the place to say certain things.
Mm.
And some things should not be said on people's page where the public can see. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta learn to ignore those people.
Yeah.
Don't delete them. Let them keep seeing you grow.
Yeah.
Let them keep seeing you grow. So you know what? Although I don't like that message, but watch me. Watch me, boo. Okay? Watch me.
That's the mama, y'all. See, for those of you that don't know, that's the mama right there.
DJ, listen. I always say, Lisa Nichols always says, anybody's perspective of you is none of your business. Let them talk. Keep rising.
Yeah.
You don't know. They ain't jealous of you. What the heck? You know? You don't even know why. You shine, doing great things, got your radio show, your blog, your YouTube. You're doing something. You go fishing. You are not homebound. You can get in your chair, you can go. You get in your chair, you go. You do not have to stay home every day. Okay?
Miss Winnie got me going down the road. That's true. She felt me.
Let them talk. And let them keep watching you.
Yeah.
Watch me, boo.
Okay. She had one. She got me. I said, minding my business. What in the world? I saw the video and I'm just going down the food line, just rolling. I didn't even know she was filming me, right?
You be minding your business. Y'all listen, when he talking about one day I was in his area and Corey said, they go DJ, and I said, don't say nothing. I'm gonna just video him the whole time. So I did a video watching just mind his own business. He's going down the sidewalk, going on to the next store. I said, that's my boy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not even business.
I
Don't get in my way, 'cause I just might run you over because he's going like 80 miles an hour.
And I had no idea she was filming too. I was looking straight ahead, just going, you know. But I mean, you're right. I do get things done, you know, whether it's martial arts or cooking or, you know, my radio show or YouTube. But again, it is so amazing. And I look at it now, even this past year, you know, we were talking about it. So many people have said this has been a bad year. There are things that have happened this year that have been overwhelming and rough. But I will not say it's been a bad year because it's been a good year for me, for us. It's been a great year for, you know, my growth and me getting outside of my box. That's probably my biggest accomplishment in year 38 is getting outside of my box. That is, I cannot begin to tell you once I started doing 5, 6, 7 in a row, and I'm like, this woman done told me to do all this stuff. And then all of a sudden I get to that point and I'm like, wow, you know, this is great. All you got to do is start somewhere. All you got to do is, and I think, I guess looking at 39, what scared me so much was that it's so close to 40. And people make such a big deal about 40. Like, you know, like, I feel like some of the things I haven't gotten to yet, some of the milestones I haven't gotten to yet, and I feel like life is going too fast for me to catch up. If that makes sense.
Why? Why do you feel like life is going too fast?
Because I've got a lot going on now that I'm in my new comfort zone, should I say? My bubble is bigger, my box is bigger. All these things that I have, I'm doing more, and I've got more going on. And I wake up and it's, you know, it's Christmas, like Thanksgiving. I mean, this year we're getting ready to be in 2021. This year has flown by. This is episode 37 of My CP Does Not Define Me. I didn't have 37 episodes of the Sports Menu Radio Show. I had 35. It was close. But I'm looking now, I'm like, dang, man, everything just exploded. And I feel like people are, I don't know if I should say expecting more of me because they see what I'm putting out, but I'm trying to keep up with myself, if that makes sense. And it's like, you go so fast, but if you don't take time to slow down and realize where you're at, you miss so much. Like, my goal is to help people, to inspire people, to show people that they can do it. And I'm saying this for a reason. We're gonna get into something in just a minute. But I just, you know, I see all the things that you do, and you're going 100 miles an hour all the time. If Miss Winnie ain't thinking, something is wrong. But I have learned sometimes you got to shut down. Sometimes you have to stop. And that's, I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say I'm not capable of that. That's one thing I've struggled with. For me to slow down is like, what? Slow down? How? When you're going 100 miles an hour, it's very difficult to pull back. It's very difficult to pump that brake because you're used to, whoom. I mean, I've seen you have 12, 13, 14 things on 2 hours sleep. I'm like, this lady needs to lay down right now. I took a sleeping pill probably for the first time. Oh gosh, I haven't taken a sleeping pill in probably 3 or 4 years. I took sleep free night before last. I said, I laid down in the bed. It said take 30 minutes for bedtime. So I'm watching TV. I'm looking at my wife. I said, Emmy, I don't think. And it was like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I woke up the next morning at 2:30. Or afternoon, next afternoon at 2:30. I said, oh my God, I slept till 2:30. What in the world? And I jumped up out of the bed. And Emmy looked at me and she goes, honey, slow down. slow down. You're all right. But it scared me. I said, the day's gone. And I'm trying to get time back that I've already lost. And that's the thing that scares me. Time goes by so fast. It just seems to you can't catch it, no matter how fast you go or how slow you go. Time continues to go past you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I feel like if you got important things in your life that you want to do, the best thing to do is plan it out and schedule it. And that way you can figure out time where you can have an entertainment, enjoy your life, have fun, and do all those other things. But business is first. Business is business. And even sometimes if doing your business, sometimes you can, even take a break for that. Do a replay, introduce your blog again, because it's always something that you could put in place so you can take a vacation and shut down and just relax for a moment where you can have time to regroup, recharge, and come back. So you can't let life just over completely. You got to have time to really just shut down. Like I said back in November the 21st, I went on a social media shutdown. And it was actually the best thing I could have done. But in the midst of that, my mother ended up getting sick.
Right.
And that just shut me down even more. So it was just so much going on. But you got to find that time. It may be hard because you feel like you have to do this.
Sure.
You have to do that. But remember, you can always go back to a phenomenal show you had and say, you know what, today I'm not. And I'm not going to just not do anything, but I'm going to do a replay.
Right.
So go back to your replay. Go back to another episode of your YouTube. Go resubmit another blog. So it's always something you can fall back on so you can have time to continue to be DJ and just rest your body, rest your mind, come back, and bam, keep going.
Let me ask you this, because you're, like I said, you're used to going 100 miles an hour. You're used to doing this and this and this and this and this and Kelly and this and this and this and Corey and this and this and this. How did you come to terms with shutting down when it happened? I mean, you hit a point where you knew you needed to.
Yeah. Well, first of all, my account was compromised. When my account was compromised, a few days later, I was like, you know what? Maybe I just need to slow down for a minute. Maybe I need to just slow down, rest my mind, rest my body, just have things, just reflect on things. So I felt like I really needed that because, like you said, even in the midst of all of that, I still take care of Kelly. Kelly can't get in her chair by herself. Kelly can't fix her food by herself. Kelly can't go to the bathroom by herself. So I still have to do those things. And in order for me to keep energized and keep going, I have to learn to shut down. I have to learn to take moments for Edwina. Self-care and self-love. So very important. Not just for me, but for everybody. Even for yourself. You got to learn to do that. DJ.
You've mentioned self-care so many times.
Yeah.
And I think myself included, my mother included, yourself included, people burn themselves out by taking on more than they can handle. And when it gets to be too much, there's a point where your body realizes it and goes, hello, I'm here. And it tells you. And the people that don't listen, I can't shut down because I have my kids. I can't shut down because I have to do this. I think you teaching me how to schedule my time was probably one of the best pieces of yourself that you gave, because everybody says, I don't have time for this. When you really schedule it out, my planner, which I use, oh my God, I use my planner obsessively now. And before I answer a question, can I do this and this? Let me check my schedule. I've got to look and see. Now some people say that's too much. No, it's not. I think realizing that there are 24 hours in a day and maximizing your time is good for you. but also realizing I'm looking at this schedule and there's too much on here. I've got to move some of this. I've got to move a little bit of this because you can only do but so much as a person. And stretching yourself too thin or too much will cause you to be unhealthy, will cause you to get sick. That will cause people around you to get sick. And people around you know when you're not at your best. When I'll give you a classic example. Yesterday, I usually call Miss Winnie every day. And I think it had been like 2 days before I called. And she called me. She said, "You all right?" And I'm like, "Oh, my God." And it clicked. It dawned on me. I said, "It's 10 o'clock at night. I ain't dang." Like my and it wasn't that it slipped my mind. It wasn't that it slipped my mind. I lost myself. And sometimes you have to do that when you deal with so much stuff. All of this stuff is in here. And if you don't empty your mind out and let your mind kind of decompress, it will blow up on you on the most inconvenient time.
Right.
Christina said, "Your time is valuable. Use it wisely." Nikki said, "You can tell Mama Edwina is happy when you check on her." That's true. But you see, that's what I'm talking about. If Miss Winnie doesn't hear from me, it clicks. Why? What's going on? Like, if I don't hear from her, if it's been a couple days, I've either done something wrong or something going on. And but see, there's some things like you talking about, 24-hour care. Kelly, you can't take a break from because it's a constant. There are constant things in your life that continue. And it's a blessing because you and Kelly, I mean, your videos, some of them, Lord Jesus, some of them videos, Kelly getting in that chair, that's an inspiration. Yeah, and just it's raw and unfiltered. But you know what? That's the real life that people can't really get a grasp of until you see it firsthand. That's why I don't like this phrase right here. I know what you're going through. Hold up. Do you have a 24-hour care adult that you take care of 24 hours a day who's 35? Happy birthday, Kelly, by the way. We have very close birthdays. I mean, Kelly's is on the 15. Mine is on the 30th. We're 15 days apart. See, it's right there. And to me, I think people need to value their phrases very carefully, because when you say you understand, what I've noticed is no one truly understands what a person is going through until they walked in their shoes or crawled in their shoes or rolled in their shoes, because you can't understand it unless you've gone through it. You can be empathetic and you can be sympathetic, which is different than actually knowing what a person is going through.
Right.
I've had my account compromised. I know what that's like. Now, have I ever taken care of somebody for 24 hours, 365 days a year? Heck no. I haven't done that. I would probably lose my mind but it's so amazing to sit here. This right here is therapeutic because what we're doing is those things that bother you. Talk to somebody about it. You have got to find somebody that you trust. And we mentioned this earlier. Finding somebody that you trust. I can talk to Miss Winnie about anything at any time. I don't care if it's 2 a.m. And you got to be honest with yourself.
Yes. You got to be honest with yourself.
If you are not honest with yourself, you can't be honest with anybody else. I did not realize that I was hiding from the fact that, my family is moving to Tennessee, which I knew it was happening. And I was But it hadn't hit me because Chuck is still here. You know, Mom was here for a little bit. Now, in 3 days, it's done, and I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, and it just ran, and I got not depressed, but like shocked, like it's about to happen. It's about to be 13 hours. See, I used to live in Waynesboro, and 3 hours is doable. 13 hours, you can't drive 13 hours and get there that much. You can fly and you pay $300 a time and all that, but it really, when something hits you and it brings you to a point that you realize something is on your mind. God gives people special assignments. Yes, they do. Yes, He does, Janelle. And I think that people forget. You better enjoy the time you got with your family, because once it's gone, you can't get it back.
That's right. That's
And,
right.
and this is the scary thing. How can I say this without losing myself? I've never really been on my own. Now think about what I'm saying. When your mother is less than 2 blocks away, are you really on your own? Yes and no. Because the second son, Mama, I don't get it. What do I do? And they come over there. Let me fix it. Okay. You know, you go over there. Can you fix it? Yeah, I can fix this. My mother called me the other day and needed me to update her phone and tell her how to. I said, Lord Jesus. Now I had to go through all the steps, and she write it down. And I said, Mama, if you were here, I could just. And I went, like, you realize, dang, 13 hours. I can't roll 13 hours.
Oh,
That's different. It people take for granted. She'll be there tomorrow. I'll go see her tomorrow. I don't have that option. I tell you, Miss Winnie, I was struggling over Christmas. Oh, I called Miss Winnie Christmas Eve. I said, Miss Winnie, I can't do this. I said, I'm losing. She said, call her right now. Call her. Because I have never, first Christmas I have been without my mother. Now, my mother is alive, and Lena, I know she just commented on this, and it's a struggle because, you know, to lose your mother is entirely different. Oh, to go through that one I haven't even. Whew, that's a whole nother piece. But
yeah.
I realize now, all the times I could have gone over there and all the times she could have come over, that it didn't happen. I'm going, dang, it would have been so simple just to roll your butt over there and go. And I didn't do it. And that's the thing, we all do it, people. We all take it for granted. But when it's done, and when you don't have the option anymore, like with my grandparents, I look at it and I'm like, they're both gone from the earth. I cannot call them and hear their voice anymore. That to me is understanding how valuable time is. Hey, Michael. Hey, Kim. Thank y'all very much for joining us. I appreciate it. I don't know. Sweeney, you've dealt with so much stuff. I mean, and you know how special the parents are. I mean, you've gone through, I mean, heck and high water just this month alone. How do you center yourself in all that?
You know, when you said, excuse me, my head look like it's puff up. just took my brains out. But anyway, you hit something, and I had a moment this month, you know, because my mom been in the hospital for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And when she first went in the hospital, she was just like really bad.
Right.
And So it was the hardest thing, for me because, at this time in life, you cannot go in hospitals to visit people like you would normally do.
Mm-hmm.
And being as though that's my mother, I would have took a trip to Maryland and just stayed there. I would have been in a room with her every day,
And you wanted to be.
And I'm the oldest living. My older sister's deceased, but I'm the oldest living. I have a sister and a brother, younger sister and brother.
Mm-hmm.
And, so talking to the doctors every day, talking to the nurses every day, just getting information, it was okay, but it's still not the same. But what I wanted to say in reference to all of that is, I wish that even during this pandemic, that I had just taken a ride just to Maryland. So I get that. I wish I had just taken time to just say, okay, even if I be social distance because I don't know what my mother doing every day,
right,
or my nieces that's in and out the house and nephew and stuff, I could have just took a ride,
Mm-hmm.
And it was just such a pivotal moment that hit me like, oh my gosh, you got to get better with this. Like, just get better with this.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, you'd be like, Lord, just thank you. Thank God that nothing happened, that you have to regret those moments, Yeah. So it's so important that while they are living to take those moments. And even if it's like you said during the Christmas time, call her on Duo or FaceTime. It's not the same, but you get to see her.
And it takes the edge off. It takes the edge off.
Yes. So that was so hard, DJ, and that thing hit me so hard. Like, why didn't I just take the trip? Just do it, Winnie. I'm so worried about the pandemic, and everybody just getting sick and so forth. And, I had asthma. So in my mind, I'm like, no, I can't do this, because I could get it quick. And I wish I just had did it. I wish I just had done it. But it's over. I mean,
but still, I mean, your mom is strong. Your mom has never been sick. Never
out of my 55 years, never been hospitalized or sick.
And I remember a conversation we had, and I'll never forget this conversation because I want to say this out loud. Guys, understand the power of prayer when something is going on. Not just there's two things, and I'm gonna get real here for a minute. So just bear with me because I'm trying to keep my emotion on the same level as my realness. There's two things this lady over here has taught me that are what I call key ingredients to my life. Never speak negative things into existence. We said earlier in this broadcast, words are powerful. And it's amazing where this show is going right now because I had something totally different planned. God said, "No, we're gonna work this out just a little bit different." I remember a specific conversation to share just that, Miss Roberts was going through something. I mean, she was going through it. And Edwina spoke to her mother and said, not today. And it became words of affirmation and power to where there was no negativity in the room, because if there was, Edwina took it, threw it out the room, stomped on it, set it on fire, and then buried it. I mean, because the power of prayer does that to a point where you cannot conquer, darkness cannot conquer light. That cannot happen. It does not happen. When you speak words of affirmation to someone and you pray for someone with your whole self, negativity can't enter the room. And I said to Miss Winnie at that time, I said, Miss Winnie, you need to do a series because something just happened. Something just happened in that moment. And I'm saying this, your mom is much better now. And
what she said, y'all, and I'm gonna let DJ finish, but what she said was, Winnie, I'm tired. Yeah. What? That devil is a lie. That was the first words I said. Oh no, Mom, that devil is a lie. You're not tired. We're gonna turn that tire around, and you're not gonna say those words anymore, but you're gonna speak life into yourself.
Exactly.
That's what you're going to do, because you're going to win, you're going to fight, you're going to do all of these things, and you're going to come out that hospital and you're going to be well. But you're going to fight and you're going to win. I know your heart is bad. I know all this other stuff, but you're going to do this. We're not going to say that no more. And I just went in with just word after word after word. I didn't even realize what I was doing. I just knew at that moment that I needed to help with my way of praying so she can understand where is our power. But to speak those things is not as though they are. So you are healed. You are better. You are recovered. You got to speak those things into existence. And she didn't say that. And that thing hurt my soul.
Right.
That thing hurt my heart. It dug deep.
Right.
And instantly I just went in, because you don't want to hear that from your mother or anybody close to you. I'm tired. And you already know they battling and fighting.
That's
for their life. And to hear that thing just suck in, like, what? Did she just say that? No. Yeah.
You said
to hear that in my ears.
You said don't speak those things as though they are.
You speak those things that's not as though they are. So I am healed. I am well. You speaking life into yourself.
Now, the reason I had Miss Winnie go over that is Miss Winnie don't like negativity. She never has. In the 3 years I've known her, every time I get to the point where I start feeling a certain way, turn it around. And she's not doing it to be overbearing or anything like that. If you give the enemy an inch, he will take a mile. I have seen it happen. And what happened in that moment that, not only Edwina speaking words of positivity and prayer of what was supposed to happen, that brought the family closer together. And there was a reason for that. But again, it really, I have seen prayer do some marvelous stuff. And I think that people, you can't take prayer lightly, because I've seen prayer move mountains of heal cancer. Christina, she had mentioned a story. I love it. Just of prayer and a tumor just being gone. I mean, going in and the tumor just, the doctors are astonished because they're like, wait a minute, this tumor was here yesterday. All of a sudden it's not. That is a powerful thing. So, at this show, and I look at all this and I listen to all this, and I'm going, back in my mind saying, what's 39 going to be? It's going to be what I make it. That's the answer right there. I can say, oh my God, I'm turning 39. Oh my God, I'm going to get closer to 40. Or I can say, all right, doing fine, 39. I can do the best I can. All we can do is the best we can do with what we have. I think people will, I've heard people say my best is not good enough. That's what I'm talking about right there. You're letting the enemy in already. You've already opened the door for him to get. The one thing that I realized is why my people, my family is in my corner, from Edwina to our CP chat, to Lena, to Kim, to Nikki, to Janelle, to everybody here. It's different when you have support. It's different when you hit the ground. Woo. It's different when you hit the ground and there are people to help lift you up.
Right.
It's different when you've gone through it and you've been at the bottom. I look back last night at something I haven't done in a long time. I look back at my birth. I look back at my pictures. I was 5'3" and a month premature. Now, you take a look at 10%, and doctors tell you 10%, that's not a lot. I took a look at things that I've had in a box for 39 years. And I'm going, I made it from that to this. So it's got to mean something. And the amazing thing is, I've wanted to be in radio my whole life. I've been around it. I've been near it. I've had my hands in the technology of it. And look at what is happening today. Streaming live on letgoradio.net and Facebook Live and reaching people. Now, if we can, I want to have Miss Winnie read something because it's so powerful. I see, if you can read just a few of the points, Miss Winnie, on the number 39 and the meaning of it. There's one in particularly, and I know when she gets to it, I'm gonna smile because it talks about what the number 39 means. So, guys, if you would just take a minute with us, I mean, she the boss, so I mean, we can go long as she say, but I want you guys to hear this because it's so powerful, and then I want to comment on a couple things from it as she reads.
Okay, so I'm gonna read this part though right here. Okay, so me and DJ was talking about the number 39. And when we talking about his birthday and being 39, so he's like, Miss Wilson, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I said, well, you know what? Let's look up the number 39 and see what the number 39 means.
Wow.
And so I looked up the number 39 and I just started reading. And, it was a lot of points that DJ was like having these moments, So the one that I found was 39 angel number, meaning and symbolism. Okay, so I'm gonna be skipping through. Mm-hmm. So angels often use numbers to reassure us their presence in our lives. All numbers have their symbolic meaning and significance. I want y'all to know that part. The angels will use numbers to convey their messages to us by frequently showing us the same number or a number pattern until we realize that it is not a coincidence. Do y'all believe in coincidences? Do you believe it?
There's no such thing as a coincidence.
Okay. When we realize that, we start wondering what the meaning of that exact number or numbers, and the fact we keep seeing keep seeing them often. When you begin seeing the same numbers and time again, it's important to remember that the circumstances you were in, and the thoughts you had at the exact moment. So you could have a clear picture about that area of your life the angel's messages is referring to. You know what? I want to stop there because you said something earlier when you were thinking of 39 and God, then next year I'll be 40. And so when you thought of 39, it hit, but it was, what was that thoughtful moment and what circumstance stuck out at that particular time when you thought about 39? Do you remember? Because we were talking, but before you got on the phone and said that, what was going on at that particular time?
I kept seeing the number in my head, and it was like, what are you going to do with it? Where are you going to go? I felt like I was in front of a wall, and I couldn't get through. I was afraid because I felt like I wasn't there yet. I wasn't at that level. 39 it's 39. I mean, I'm still at 26. Can we slow it down?
39.
Can we go 36? Can we go 35? Can I just go back a little bit? But that's where I was at, because I was actually shaking. It was.
I mean, this thing got deep with you. Like, it really got deep with you. When you called me, you was like really into 39. Mm-hmm. So that's what made me, so let's look it up and see what the meaning is behind it. Maybe it's something that you can reflect on. Maybe it's something that some improvement or some growth or,
Yeah.
something that you didn't do. So, because everything has a meaning, every number do have a meaning.
And when you
You know,
when you said that, I'm like, what do you mean? What does it mean? And you got into some of that. I'm like, oh, Miss Winnie, you read that? Oh, wow, what? And you must have said wow about 15 times when you read it.
because it was relating to a few things, and it related to some things that we had talked about
Almost everything.
previously.
Almost everything.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so let's keep going. So I'm gonna say this, read this part. The angel number 39 signifies love towards humankind and the desire to help improve it. People who resonate with this number incline towards finding creative ways to help humanity. What do you do, DJ?
I'm always trying to help people. Always trying to reach people. That's and I say that every day. Every day. Those words come out of my mouth. I have to help people. How can I reach people? How can I make it known of what I'm trying to do?
Right.
How can I get somebody out of where they're at that's down and get them up?
Right. Right. Exactly. So that's what I was like when I was reading. I was like, aren't you doing that? That's what you're doing. So, okay, so these people have creative ideas for an ideal society. They are very optimistic, tolerant, and inspiring individuals. I don't know about tolerant though. No, I'm just joking.
No, you're right. I mean, I can tolerate some stuff.
So
Wait till you get to patience though. That's the thing.
but you do inspire a lot of individuals though. You honestly do. And that's why I said early in, don't let nobody stop your shine. I don't care what they say, how they say it. You saying you're not, keep watching me. Just keep watching me. Don't do that to yourself because it slows your progress. Then you got to figure out how to get back into it, how to start back again, where you're going to start at. Because somebody that said something that deterred your soul because it was ignorant and did not care about what they were doing to somebody else where other people could see it. How dare them? But don't let that hurt you no more. Don't let that happen to you.
Yeah.
That bothered me when you said that. When you called me and told me that, that really bothered my soul. But it bothered me even more when I realized you weren't doing it no more. I'm like, look, boy, you gotta get back to doing that.
Last night, I told Miss Winnie, I said, I'm making chicken and macaroni and cheese. She said, yeah, I miss you getting on Facebook Live and cooking your food. I said, God dang. And she knows, Miss Winnie knows how to push the button softly and then, to move it a little bit to where it might rub up against you to where you're like, okay, I get the message, but it's true. And I never saw myself for the longest time inspiring people. I was just doing it because I thought it was the right thing to do, and it felt like the right thing to do. I was wondering, I was always worried about numbers. When am I going to reach? When am I going to blow up? When am I going to get? And Miss Winnie said, don't worry about the numbers. It'll happen. And okay.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. We're gonna keep moving. Right? We're gonna keep moving right now. We're gonna keep moving. But we got something on that one. Okay. So the thing about I do want to say when you said you didn't realize that you were inspired from your heart. You're doing it because you enjoyed it, your passion was there, you love what you do. So you just instantaneously continue to do that. But what happened? It took just one. And that's what everybody got to be careful of. Everybody got to be careful of what one person can do to affect you. in a bad way, because that affected DJ in a bad way, which made him feel like he didn't want to do that no more.
It cut me deep.
It did. It did. And it cut me when you called me and said that. And then I realized that you're not doing this anymore. I'm like, oh no, we got to change that. See, because you didn't realize you was inspiring people, but you were inspiring people without you realizing it.
Mm.
People loved what you were doing.
Right.
But you let one character affect all of that.
And see, I never realized at that point, I'm talking about the inspiration, I never realized that. One phrase about my cooking cut it. And at first I was like, I'll do it next week. And then it was, I'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. And I cowered because of it. I got scared and I got intimidated, which is another phrase that Miss Winnie always says, don't let nobody intimidate you. And the person did. The person did. And that's why I say, be careful what you say to people and how you say it, because words can cut as much as a double-edged sword can.
What you should have did was cook that same meal and put a whole lot more in it, extras in it. So now what you got to you had to eat it. It was just been doing just for DP, you know what I'm saying, just because you could. But you know what?
Oh.
You know, I can get kind of silly sometimes, y'all. Don't mind me. Sometimes I get a little silly. But anyway, for real, just keep watching me. Just keep watching me. Okay? So that's what you say. Just keep watching me.
And Miss Winnie doesn't like for her children to be hurt. She will fight. Bears will fight for their cubs. Miss Winnie will fight for her kids. She does not like when somebody goes after them to hurt them, to be hurtful. And I don't think the person was meaning to be hurtful, but when they did it, it hurt.
Yeah.
They didn't even realize.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that can bother you. I mean, you really can.
Yeah.
I had to call for someone else saying the same thing about somebody, you know, else. And y'all, listen, people, listen. If anybody come on your page and downgrade you, insult you, humiliate you to a level you don't want to go, leave them on your page and say, watch me. Let them keep watching. Just let them keep watching. Don't give a hoot about what anybody say. I say it again. Lisa Nichols always say, other people's perspective of you is none of your business.
Mm.
If they come on your page and want to insult you, humiliate you, downgrade you, they want to stoop to a level like that, sometimes it's okay to stoop right along with them. Okay? You don't let that happen to you. If you feel in your soul, in your spirit, in your mind that you want to say something, you can always do it in a good way if you don't want to do it in an ugly way.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You can always do it in a good way if you don't want to do it in an ugly way.
Miss Winnie know how to get that message across, though.
I'm saying, if you ain't got to get ugly on your page, but you can say what you want to say and just leave them on your page. You ain't got to always block people. Now, some people you do have to block.
Yeah.
But that was they need blocked. You had to block them. You had to block them.
I hit that button.
They should have kept on watching you. And you should have went on. As a matter of fact, you should have went on later that day and said, you know what? I'm going to cook something else. You know, just because I can and I want to. And just because you saying something, I want you to see this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just saying, okay, you know what? Anyway, you know, sometimes we can let people just tear us down, and you don't want to do that.
Right.
You want to keep doing great things that you are doing, because what you were doing was awesome, and people enjoyed it and they loved that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that bothered me. And I still, you know, every day I'm like, still ain't going back. God dang it! I said, what the? I'm gonna have to talk to DJ. I'm gonna have to talk to DJ, because we can't have this. We can't have people tearing him down and him not going back to doing those great things that he was doing. Okay. But we're going to move on along with that.
Mm-hmm.
Past that one.
Ooh.
So it also says number 39, people inclined towards artistic self-expressions.
Yeah.
What do you say about that? Anything to say about that?
I'm gonna just say, check out my YouTube channel. That's it. Just
Okay. 39 is made of the energies and symbolism of the numbers 3 and 9. We ain't gonna get into that. We do that on a number show. A number show. We'll do that on another. We'll do that on another show. We'll talk about 3. Woo, boy, the number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about number 9. Okay. So, dang, I don't want to go into it. All right, I'm gonna go. No, I ain't gonna go into it. It's going to break it down, but I ain't gonna go into it. We're gonna continue over 39. Okay. Or do you want to hear a little bit about 3 and 9?
Miss Winnie, you done started it.
It's like, okay, now I want to know what 3 is. And now, all right, so DJ said I started this. Okay. I'm just saying a little bit. I ain't gonna go in deep about 3. So the number 3 symbolizes expansion, growth, creativity, self-expression, communication, joy, and optimism. It is also the number of ascended masters and symbolizes the Holy Trinity. But we don't worry about that part. We're going to talk about expansion, growth, creativity, self-expression, communication, joy, and optimism. Let's talk about that, DJ.
That honestly, that sums me up in a nutshell. That's why this hits so hard. That for that one, right? The number 3, right there. And I'm like, Miss Winnie, you ain't making this up. Ain't no way. I mean, and it's within this year. Understand, it's within the 39th year, or going into the 39th year, that all of this happened. So I left 38 because 39 comes after 38. But I struggled. Just like in the beginning, I struggled with this woman ain't going to tell me I got to do all this stuff. And she looked at me and said, yes, you do. Now, if you think about this, Kim just said, you know what? I'm going to bring back my jewelry website again. Thanks. This is a great group of people. I am going to write my book. I'm also going to try to. And it's all because of the great inspiration you give me. So thank you, DJ. Thank you for saying that, Kim. That was beautiful. I appreciate that.
Okay, so Kim, I know you're listening, Kim.
Uh-oh.
I know you're listening, Kimberly. So, I don't know what stopped you from. No, put it back up there.
Okay.
Put it back up there. I don't know what stopped you from your jewelry, or if it was just you felt like you weren't getting the attention, or you felt like nobody was watching, or somebody said something. But jewelry sells, and don't let anybody, as I told DJ, hinder you from moving forward with what you had the passion to do in the beginning. See, because evidently it was a passion because it hit you for you to say, I'm going to go back.
Mm-hmm.
So you enjoyed it. But when you go back this time, figure out the best way to do it where you can reach more people, expand that thing, and really get a little more creative with it. So now that you've stopped it, now you got to figure out how am I going to go back and recreate this thing to be better than what it was before. Because when you come back, you want to come back with a bam. You know what I'm saying? You want to, like DJ, when he go back with his cooking, he going to go back with a powwow, okay? All right? Kim, the book. Honey, yes, write that book, Kim. Write that book. I can't wait to read your book.
Yeah,
I heard you. I heard a little bit about your story. We talked. I can't wait to hear and read your book. Okay? So don't let that fall to the wayside, boo. No, we can talk some more, but don't let that fall to the wayside at all. Write that book. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. everybody has a story. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to DJ about that when we get off of here too. But everybody has a story. Now, I just came up with something really creative, Kim. But I'm gonna talk to DJ and I'm gonna talk to you too. But put your story out there. You just don't know who else you can bless with your story. Your story has a message that's going to hit the masses and it's going to save somebody. Okay? So keep that in your thoughts to make that a 2021 success. Okay? Speak that thing into existence. I am going to write my book. I will write my book. It's going to be a good book. It's going to be a #1 seller. Why? Because I said so. You can make that happen. Okay?
Oh my God. Oh, I want
to I have you first. Sorry, DJ.
I want to talk just a little bit about growth, and I know that the show is going just a little long, but just bear with me for a second. Growth is so important.
Yes.
Not only, but I want you to think about this. I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to mention it again because it's so powerful. If you want something to grow, even within yourself, you've got to nurture it. It's got to have the right soil. It's got to have water and food, and it's got to have support in order to grow and mature. And I've had to do a lot of that within the last 3 years because there was a lot of I can't handle that. I don't have time for that. I can't do 6 things. I can't do 12 things. I had to, when you realize it yourself, and Kim is dynamic. She is a dynamic person, a dynamic individual. She's going to write a children's book, and I just love what she's going to do. She talked to me a little bit about it the other day. But in growth in yourself, when something stunts your growth and you get hit, it affects you in a certain way to where you start to go down to the people's level or the objects level that pulled you down. Be careful, because some people are just in your life to pull you down. That's all they want to do. They want to take what you have. They want to. I'll let you do that, Kim, because I'm not going to spoil that one.
I see that.
That, oh man, but Kim's been a friend of mine for a long time now, and it's funny because in myself, in all of this the number 39, and going through all this, talking about expansion, expression, growth, creativity, there's a ball of energy that we have, as individuals.
Yeah.
This is I believe that this is Miss Edwina Wilson's best quality. She sees things in people even when they don't see it. I think Miss Wilson can spot greatness from 300 yards away. She will stop on the side of the street and help somebody. They don't even have to say anything. She can say 3 words and you're like, and then you go, wait a minute. I can do that. Why not? Because she makes you think about your limitless potential. That's the one thing I want to say about all of this. All of us are great. We have the ability to be great, but we have to choose to be great and make it happen.
That's right.
Miss Winnie is that nurturer that helps get it out. And when she gets it out, oh God, she gonna pull it, she gonna pluck it, she gonna grab it, she gonna yank it. She will do whatever she has to do to get that. And you'll get mad, or let me speak for me, I'll get mad. Woman gonna tell me to start all this daggone stuff. Don't know what she talking about. Yes, you do. And I'm like, how do you know? And then all at once I go through all that knee-jerk reaction and I look at my life And I go, she done said it. Now she said something. House, car, book, this, drive. Okay, Miss Winnie. Okay, Miss Winnie. It's not, I can't do that. I have taken, I can't do that, and thrown it about 600 yards that way. It's still trying to crawl up and come. And once in a while, it'll do that. But that's what having that person in your corner that knows you and can tell when you're starting, don't you flutter. Don't you do it. Just like cooking. I could have months ago started up again, but I let someone else pull me down. That was my fault. I had the ability to stop it. I didn't do it. Miss Winnie pointed it out, and I'm like, well, she said, well, what you gonna do? It's all, we have choices in life, people. Age is a number. Okay? We have to realize that as individuals that we can make things happen if we choose to. If we choose to sit there and not grow, we're going to decay and die. Okay? You want real? That's what's going to happen. If you don't grow and you don't get the support you need and the nutrients you need, and you don't chase after your dreams, and let me say this before we close. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Okay? There are people that tell you you won't get a house, you won't get a car, you can't afford it. When you budget it out, that's right, I said it. When you budget it out and you make the effort to realize how much money you have, nobody else knows how much money you got. They ain't in your account. Budget it out and look at it. If you get $175,000, that's just a number. That don't mean that you got to go for $175,000. Go for $130,000, $140,000. Go for $120,000. Realize what's going to work for you. Okay? You can do anything that you want that you set your mind to. Ms. Winnie has taught me that since I've known her for 3 years and going into 4. She knows, and she sees my potential. She will not let me settle. She won't do it because she knows if I settle, I'm stunting my growth. When you're able to reach the sun, why settle for the sky? Understand what I'm saying? When you're able to reach 1,000 people, why settle for one? Let me give you one example. When we were first talking about life goals, when we were talking about goal planning, they wanted us. We did a project in our CP chat to come up with 3 long-term goals, and I said I want to get 1,000 subscribers. Miss Winnie stopped me right there. She said, "No, stop putting a limit on yourself. A million plus." I said, "1 million plus? What?" She said, "You don't understand what I'm saying. Put the plus on the end of it, because if you get 1,000 and you stop, you're stunting yourself. You're stopping yourself when you don't need to. You're shorting your goals when you don't need to." The point
you're basically getting what you asked for. If you ask for that, you're going to get that.
Right.
So you don't stop at a number like that can go so much further. You wanna even if you don't believe in a number, you say that number, because what you're gonna speak it into existence. It may not happen today, tomorrow, next week, or in a year, but you never know. You just never know what can happen.
Do it in fear, Kim. Do it in fear.
One thing I do want to say, though, Kim, I love the title of your book. I wait for DJ to finish. I didn't want to overtalk it, but I love the title of your book. I love that title. Child Born with Secret Powers. I love that. I can't wait to read that. And yes, definitely do it in fear. It's your book. It's your story. It's your story, and it can only be great. You have it in your mind. You know what you want to do. You know what the thoughts is. You know the beginning, middle, and end, I'm sure. And just make it happen, girl. Just start writing and make it happen. That's all. You got to record it. And record thoughts every day. If you think of something that you want to put in that book, write it down or record it. That way you can always have something to go back on. Or buy a composition book or some type of tablet to have just for your book. So when those thoughts come, you can write it in that book. And you can always go back to it and put it where it needs to be when you start writing the book. Now, they may not all fall together and in place, but it's up to you to put it in perspective place of where you want it in that chapter. But always write down your thoughts of what you see that you want to have in that book. And the thing about it is, now that you have this in your mind, you're going to think about these, and these are going to come to your mind. So you want to have something readily available in front of you where you can record or write it down. Okay.
Guys, we're going to do this again because you can't have just one dose of Winnie Wilson. You can't do it. Every time she comes on my show, it's an eye-opening experience, and I go, dang, we went hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. She honestly cares about people in such a way I can't even describe it. She's so powerful. She's so amazing. I love her so much. She has helped me in so many facets. So go for your dreams and don't just sit there. It is about to be 2021. You know what? Have some fun in 2021. Take a chance. Take a chance that you've never taken. Because the only chances you won't succeed on are the ones you don't take. Y'all can reach me on...
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Ms. Winnie.
He didn't give me a chance. You got anything else to say, Miss Winnie? He asked me if I had Okay, so I do want to say I lost my thought. That's what DJ I had gone and lost my thought. But really, in reference to what Kim was saying, and DJ, dreams, don't let your dreams fall to the wayside. Dreams can't come to reality, to fruition. I'm a living witness of dreams coming to fruition. Your book, yes, absolutely do it in fear. Definitely write down things. I do love talking to her as well as you, DJ. Ooh, I love you, Kim. Hey, Josh, how you doing? I be following you. I be telling DJ, listen, Josh, JP, all of y'all, trust me. I got y'all when it comes to DJ. He know, he can tell you. I be like, DJ, listen, them people that be following you, you better pay attention. He can tell you that. I sure do.
Josh has been on my show, and JP is next.
JP, Josh, is a few of them,
Kim is there too.
So like he said, I'm always watching. I'm always, and I respond because I enjoy y'all. I really enjoy, but anyway, Kimberly and DJ and Josh and JP and Janelle and Nikki and Christina and everybody that was on here, all of y'all have a story in you. All of you have a story. All of you have a story. And I would love to say, I would suggest all of y'all take a moment, sit back and think of some significant things that has happened in your life and how you've overcome them. And make that a reality. Put that in the most powerful form you possibly could think of. Now, when you write a book, they don't always have to be thick books, big books. It's a one lady, she's always writing books, but her books are almost the size of like a little tablet like this, a spiral notebook. She writes a lot of them. So you can have a story. What's the most significant thing that you could think of and how you overcame that and write about it? What is your feelings of being differently able? I love differently able because everybody's different in their own unique ways. So I've been saying that for years and I just love it. Nobody's the same, but everybody's unique in their own way. And not everybody. What is disability?
Right.
Okay, that's a whole nother.
See, I told you we gotta have her back, y'all.
I ain't even gonna go there. I've come across so many phenomenal individuals, and I love working with you all. And I love talking to you all, and of course my daughter just turned 35, and she's a joker all by herself, like all by herself, But don't let people humiliate you to the fact because of their ignorance of saying things that they should not say on your page. Stop you from doing the things that you were doing before. Never let that happen. Just don't let it happen, because you don't know who else is watching you that's totally enjoying what you're doing. Probably look for the next one. Look for you to come back on. Can't wait for your name to pop up. DJ going live, Josh going live, Lena going live, Edwina going live, Kimberly going live. You don't know who's waiting for that to come about. Hey, Laverne. My gosh, Laverne. Yes, I saw your message. I was going to actually call you, get in touch with you. But hey, Laverne. Let me see it again. Hey, Laverne. Good seeing you pop up. Great seeing you pop up a couple of days ago when I was on live with Kelly. But yes, differently able. I love it too, because everybody truly is different and able in their own ways. Everybody's ability is different. Everybody's ability is different. And the thing about that is, when you take what you know your body can do, when you know what your mind can do, when you know what you as that individual person could do, the sky can be the limit. The DJ said you can go as far as the sun. Okay? But don't put no limits on you. Just don't put no limits on you, okay? Just continue to do. If something comes in your mind, it's coming in your mind because you know you can do it. Your mind ain't going to let you do nothing that you can't do. It's not. And if it is, it's something that you probably could do just in a different way.
Right. You got to push through and find a way that works for you.
Right. So don't let people stunt your growth. Don't let people make you stagnated when you can't grow anymore because you're thinking about what they said. That's one person. That's one ignorant person that did not care about what they were saying at the time. And maybe they just didn't know. Maybe they just didn't know that it would bother you. Maybe they really just didn't know that it will bother you. Whoever it is or whatever they say or whatever they do. Maybe they just did not know that it would affect you in a manner that it does. And I'm saying this just for anybody at this particular time. So don't let people affect you by things that they say. Yes, do not hide your light under a bushel. Hey, lady, looking great and sharing that light. Hey, sweetheart, miss you though. So, something else, DJ, joy. When you have passion, joy comes with that. Guess what? When you have passion, you can enjoy it, you're going to keep doing it over and over again. And you get excited. DJ's energy when he's doing that, you can just see it resonating all over him. Well, you got to get that. You got to get that. You got to get that. You should have did that last night when you were cooking. That delicious fried chicken you cook. You know. You know what, DJ? This is what we're going to do a cook-off, okay? Me and you're going to do a cook-off. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a cook-off. Y'all, DJ said about, changes in, me and this year. And because I started cooking more. I was cooking vegan foods. I cook a lot of soups. I cooked soup last night. And so I've just been doing a lot more cooking. I'm just not the on-screen cooking person. But I will show them pictures and stuff. I show DJ them pictures. You never know. I might just start doing that though. Right. You only me a YouTuber, no. That's for me and Kelly. Me and Kelly, I'm gonna do something different with Kelly. So anyway, y'all, I just really want y'all to just keep that in mind, though. Really, your abilities and what you can do is for you, and it's not for nobody else. Just don't let nobody stop your shine, your growth. Don't let nobody stunt you and put you back to where you were before, and that's being in a comfort zone. So DJ went back in a comfort zone, which he should not have, and he should have kept going because there was so many more people other than that one person that, like I said, they just didn't even understand what they were saying. Maybe they just really didn't understand the effect that it may have had on DJ. And sometimes I guess we have to look at things like that, and just say, you know what? Square ravioli.
Yeah, I had to tell you about that one. But
that's true, JP.
Yeah.
Numbers is just a number. Age is a number. That's it.
And I guess to leave it is, if I can do it, you can do it. I mean, and it's true, guys. You got to find a way that works for you, and it's okay to adapt stuff.
Yeah,
Miss Winnie, she knows I cook. I got non-sliding cutting boards, a new peeler. I got a bowl that sticks to the table that won't move. I got a new spoon set. Look, Miss Winnie got a new cooking set. We gonna be cooking something. Something gonna happen. So I love y'all so much, and I'm so glad that Miss Winnie came on this, because I was struggling so hard, and it's so nice to know that people are in your corner, and I'm glad that I got a boss that I work with. And notice I said I work with. I enjoy working with her because we work with each other. I'm there to back her up. She's there to back me up. And the backup singing in the back doing his thing, and he's working too. Enjoy that red lobster, by the way. But I mean,
one more thing before DJ finish. It's 3:33. One more thing. I ain't get to it, but I do want you to talk about patience and we can make that the last thing.
All right, let me say this. Patience is something that I struggle with. It's burned me before. Okay. When you think you have patience, you can always use more. But patience itself will help you grow. Thank you, Mika. Thank you very much. I realize now that if I slow down and wait, when Miss Winnie says she's going to do something, she's going to do it. When Corey says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. I just got to sit my little butt in my chair, do my thing, and let it happen. And a lot of us want things to happen right now, right here. And that's me. That's me. Look, in the maturity and the growth, I can admit that. Okay? Some people go, no, that ain't me. No, that ain't me. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's me. But I've had to learn. Take a step back. Take a breath. Patience. You ain't got to text somebody 32 times. They're going to get to you. It's all right. Take a breath. Ask a question. Just ask them once. Don't. And look, sometimes people forget. It's okay. It's okay. Everything going to be all right. Patience is a virtue, and it will save your soul. It will save your soul. Patience. It also brings peace, and it keeps you from getting your head knocked off. So just understand that is true. So anyway, anything else, Ms. Winnie, before I...
No, but once again, happy birthday, DJ. Happy 39th birthday. Yes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. No, if you know me, I say it in a minute when I start my radio show. I may not sing, I can't sing, but I will make a joyful noise. So y'all deal with it. Hey? It's my show and I can.
You show up.
On my show. Like, and I have fun. Winnie with Winnie. What do I do? That song.
Uh-huh.
You know that song?
Uh-huh. But you do
it. Win. That's what I do. I break down like. All right, y'all. I'm just having fun. That's all. But anyway, I will. What she say? What Kimberly say?
Beautiful voice. Uh-huh.
What Kimberly say?
She's wait a minute.
Don't be trying to make my head big because I ain't gonna believe that book because I know I cannot sing.
I still have a temper tantrum from time to time, but I've learned a lot from that. And we all have. Look, we all have that. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Look, CP. I realize I am. There's some stuff with CP I didn't know. Look, I like things a certain way. I OCD. Look, hey, and Miss Winnie will point it out, but it's okay. You ain't gonna hurt nobody. Take it in love. Take it in stride.
That's all.
Some people just trying to help. Okay, Miss Winnie, no problem. I'm sorry about that. You ain't got to go against nobody because she's just gonna put on a hat and smile at you. That's all. Y'all, I love y'all so much. Y'all can reach me on Instagram. My CP does not define me. YouTube, my CP does not define me. We're Worth the Wait, Cooking with DJ Carter, Chairmaster Games, my blog, goodness gracious, Carter DJ 85 at wix.com/mysite1. You can reach me on Twitter at my CP does not define me, at Minion Sports. If you guys want to be a guest on the show, please email me at the Sports Minion Radio Show at yahoo.com. My CP does not define me at yahoo.com. Thank y'all so much. It's D to the J with the roll away. I will see y'all next Wednesday for 2021. We're going to have some fun. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for these lovely birthday wishes. I love you all very much. And thank y'all for being part of my show for going on 4 years now. So we running and rolling and moving with it. So I just want to
JP said I can sing. At least that's what my neighbor's dog said.
Oh,
let me find out, JP, your dogs be howling when you start singing. They might enjoy it singing along with you.
Right. He might start bobbing his head right and left. There you go. Look, I always
cannot lie. You do that. Look, Kimberly. Van said, I have CP also. It does not in any way define me. Of course, Laverne, you know, I know, boo.
Right.
But, all right, listen, y'all. I done took over DJ show. Go, look, DJ, you better cut off because you know how we go, right?
It's going to be another 2 hours later, girl. I got to get this outro in here.
I enjoyed this moment with you, DJ. You're going to be fine. I'll be over there a little later today. When Corey get home, we're going to come by and see you.
All right.
And y'all be blessed and have a wonderful day. And smile for someone every day because you never know who you may bless. Trust me, it's a true story. A smile can mean a whole bunch for somebody.
All right, y'all. Here comes the outro. Take it easy.
All right, everybody. That's going to do it for this week's episode of My CP Does Not Define Me. But don't worry, you can catch us again next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on www.letgoradio.net and on Facebook and YouTube at My CP Does Not Define Me. Remember, I'm your host, D to the J with the roll away. And if you can't be good, be bad. But be good at it. We'll see you next week.
You're welcome, JP.